What's up? What's up? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Publish now. Do a little freebie today. This is what Adam the Odd would describe as chumming the waters. This is how we do it. Okay. Final touches. You're like, this is what I signed up for? Seriously? Hold tight on this, period. I just talked to him. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
This is Sexy Voice Andrea, and you're listening to the Ericzane Show podcast. Now with 50% less kidney. Still with 100% of the only organ that matters. I hope it was good for you.
Such an ass. Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. We got a happy, merry bunch on a free Patreon Friday. I like to do this from time to time. I think I did it last Friday, too. Yeah, just kind of open it up. Maybe people will like it. And then say, what the hell? I want to sign up for Zane's Patreon. Just can't. Welcome in. So glad you are here. Part of the free Patreon Friday. I see Chris is in the house. Stevie, Rob, Blue Saint Rob, Megan, what's up? Adam Schwab. There are a lot of Adams in the group. There always has been. Kenny is here. Say Drift. I think is that Trevor? Is that who that is? I don't know. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Got a wicked hum in my ears. Should probably not reference that. When I had Carl on from WATP on the free podcast, he said when I was stammering around like an idiot going, oh God, I was going to ask you something if you heard it and I forgot what it was. And I sat there and hemmed and hawed. And, when he said, yeah, I usually, when that happens, Eric, I usually just don't acknowledge it, say something to cover it up and move on. And I'm like, shit, man, you know what that is? That's Carl, who has zero radio experience, rubbing my nose in shit right there. And he is so good at that. So what a jackass. So, all right, fine. Have it your way. But I am really, really appreciative of him and really, really stoked about being on his show on April 10. I'll be talking about that more as we get closer to that. And then, of course, I'll be promoting that, and you can check that out. It's a couple of weeks away, so that is fantastic stuff. I got one serious thing that I want to cover because I talked about it on the free podcast about my brother-in-law, Mike, charity scam Mike. And, he didn't do anything wrong, okay? He got sick with COVID, even though he had one shot in him, which is just crazy. Side note, I'm sitting here waiting with my phone with like the ringer on in case I get a call from the pharmacy that says, come on down and get the shot. Because it's quite literally, they have vaccines. They have vaccine clinics with the old folks. And it's today. And then they go to the old folks' homes. And then, there's always some left over, and they've got 5 hours from when they take it out of the freezer to get it into a body, okay? So they put you on a list, like a handwritten list. And then they're like, okay, we got extra vaccine. Let's make the phone calls. And, yeah, hey, this is Eric. Yeah, we got your vaccine. Come on down and get it. Get in the car, take off. And then that's how you get it thrown in your arm. I don't give a shit how I get it as long as I get it. But so Mike got his. Problem, he got sick. Doesn't know how. He does work out in the public, and whatever he got. And he's deathly afraid of it, And he's not an idiot about it. And then the big concern is his daughter going to get sick? The young lady who has severe autism and Rets, and she cannot cough. Okay. Well, she has it. Well, They think she has it. Today was the last day that it could show up, like the amount of time it takes to incubate, I guess, and then manifest. Well, I called him up today to see how he's doing because he's isolated away from the family up north. And he is just distraught because my stepsister, his wife, said, yeah, Sophia is not doing well. She has stuffy nose, headache, fever, symptoms of this. So he's just like, I'm like, oh, no. So I don't know. Just it's just kind of burning on my brain right now. I just got off the phone with him. Holy shit. It's just running like wildfire through the area. My God. All right. So on to other things. WBBL question of the day. Doing the Lost Zane recordings that I post right here on my Patreon. If you are new to it, that is something that happens every Monday and Friday. Pellerito keeps he writes, as I go through these old shows, a lady named Doris keeps popping up that calls in from time to time. Any idea who she was? She sounds older, little quirky. She called in enough where it was a, quote, thing. Just curious. I did not remember her, but the calls are pretty awkwardly funny. Yes. The extent of what I knew about Doris, Mike, was, I think, I'm not even sure how what precipitated the call. I think they used to listen to the sports programming that was on before my show, which was that asshole Michael Gray. And I think the husband used to listen to it, and so they turned on the radio one day, and then shithead's not on the air anymore, and then they started to listen to us or something like that. And then the next thing you know, they're calling the show. So, yeah, older lady. I don't think she had all her marbles. And so, we're trying to ease our way through these phone calls as delicately as we can with her. I think she was blind. You know how the Ericzane Show podcast and the radio show, where a lot of blind people are attracted to the shows. For some reason, they all just love me. I'm loaded down with blind audience members. Hi, Eric. Okay, we had the blind brigade. You got Doris and her husband. I forget his name. Those two were blind. You got Saul. You got Allen in Oban, Scotland. And, of course, blind Tony. Beep, beep, baseball. And Saul. Did I say Saul? I think I said Saul. You said me, asshole. I haven't heard from Saul in the longest time. I hope we didn't scare him away. So yeah, that was, and I didn't know anything about him. They would just call from time to time, and just had no clue. But yeah, you're right. Those calls were awkward and funny, and I was glad to have them call in. If you ever are listening to the Lost Zane recordings and something pops into your head, hey Zane, what were you thinking at this moment? 2 hours 23 minutes into this episode, this happened. What was going on there? I'll tell you this. The episode that I posted for today was one of the early indicators to me that the show was just not going to work out. It was, going from an ensemble cast to what I had, which was me, and I brought Kyle with me, who turned out to be, oh my God, it just gives me the fucking creeps thinking about it. Was an absolute nightmare. 6 shows in, he resigned / was forced to because of a dark, dark secret. Oh boy. Woo. Anyway, at that point, I'm really alone. And 2 months removed from this job and just did not know up from down, left from right, don't know anybody, new people. My God. The show that I posted today in the Lost Zane recordings was, I believe, the 51st or the 52nd Eric Zane show on the radio on BBL. For some reason, I was at some swanky golf course for some charity event, which, to be honest, I always hated those. I hated going out and having to do the show at any place. I just didn't like being out of the studio. I did it when I had to, but it was especially bad because BBL was threadbare to begin with. It was just me and Julius, a guy I barely know. He has to run the board. I go alone to this golf course. There's no one there. Oh my God, was that a bad feeling? And then you're forced to do a show. Holy shit. And it was just a really, really bad sensation. The anxiety was kicking into high gear. Then I was like, I'm not going to make it. This is one of the many times that I was like, this is just not going to work. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, this is not going to work. And you know when they tell you, hey, don't listen to those voices in your head that are negative Nancy. No, fucking listen to the voice. I should have fucking packed up and left right there. I should have just left all that equipment on the table and said, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm never coming back. I'm going to go. I had all this podcasting equipment. I should have started podcasting then. My God. Oh, so that's on the Lost Sane recordings. You can check that out on this very Patreon if you are a member. Patreon.com/Ericzane. Okay, now I am motivated. Right now, this is how it is. It's Friday. I got the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast coming up tonight, which is always a blast. I'm going to have a Zoom audience with me. We're going to play Bet on Ben. I'm really stoked about that. I love having Ben on. The show is really gaining steam, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm really, really happy about that. However, there's one important thing that needs to happen. If you listen to the free podcast, I have this sump pump that is dead. Something's wrong. It's not working. It's not taking the water that's coming into the house, into the well, and the sump is not turning on when the float hits a certain point. Something's wrong. Thank God I have that backup that I had installed when I redid all of that shit. Joe Martinez knows all about this. That was when he was working for the man and wasn't the man. The backup is operating right now. Thank God. But I am going to attempt this. So, I'm going to actually have a camera set up. I talked about it. And the second I get done with this podcast, I'm going to post it on the Patreon, the audio. And then I am headed out to buy shit. Okay. And I got a plan. I have a plan. And the plan is take another pump, put it into the well, because I got to take this shit apart. If I take it apart, the backup is going to turn on and water is going to go flying everywhere. I've had this happen to me. You don't want this. The plan is put the backup pump down into the well, turn it on, hose coming out of it, hose goes out the window, so it's pulling the water in the pump out so that it doesn't turn on the backup. If it turns on the backup, I'm fucked. This water's going to go everywhere, and you guys are going to laugh because I'm putting this on my live stream for you to watch. It's going to be boring. It's just going to be a stationary camera looking at the well, but I'm going to be in and out of the shot working on it. Okay, put that thing in there, and then I got to take shit apart, pull the damn old one out. I hope. I don't even know how the fuck to do this. What did I do during the break after the free podcast when I was eating my breakfast /lunch? I watched a YouTube video. 1 3-minute YouTube video from some guy who calls himself like the pump master. It's some dude who I guess he does this for a living. He puts out a 3-minute video. It's got 400 trillion views on it. It probably made him $7 or $8 with all those views. And, shit, I work my ass off to put out one piece of content, and I'm happy with 30 views. This dick does a 3-minute video about how to replace a fucking sump pump, and he's an internet sensation. So, okay, I watch this guy. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to fire up the camera, and this shit is going down, and I am motivated. I am not going to be discouraged. I'm going to stay calm, and I'm going to pull this off, and you are all going to be proud of me, okay? Or you're going to be completely shocked at how hard you're laughing at how much of a failure I am. There's going to be no in between. It's not going to kind of work. It's either going to be a complete disaster or it's going to work beautifully. You all can make side bets on this action if you want. You won't hurt my feelings. Will Eric be successful in replacing his sump pump? It's not a bad idea for a Twitter poll. I think I will do that as we speak. Carl would say, don't do it now. Shut up, Carl, you fucking nerd. Will I be successful replacing my sump pump? Yes. No. That's it. Pull length. 0 days, 2 hours. Who's going to have faith in your old pal, Eric? Thank you in advance to the Zaniacs who are coming up with the whole idea of sending an armada of handmade, homemade meals off to my pal, Mike Gilmurray and his lovely better half, Jennifer, who were badly hurt in that car wreck in Ohio. What a gesture. Leave it to you guys to come up with this. I see Bleeding Heart Brian was talking with Megan and some of the other Zaniacs. They were talking about this. I said, I think it's a great idea. They'd love it. And so then I said, hey, maybe I should run it by them to make sure, you know? And I did. I actually did ask them. And I worded it, hey, Mike, a number of the audience are interested in bringing to your door frozen meals, handmade, to you and Jennifer. It's no trouble at all, and everybody's glad to do it. I figured I should run it by you, though, to make sure, just to kind of like see what's going on. You know, I mean, if they don't need it, they don't need it. You know, I mean, he said, thank you so much. It is not necessary. Thank everyone for all of this. We feel very blessed by the knowledge that your audience is thinking of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My son and my daughter-in-law and my daughter are staying with us, and they are working tirelessly and really are a fine-tuned, well-oiled machine cooking. That is so nice and special, though. And then he says, call me when you have time. All right. I don't want to bring him in the podcast, so that might be a little weird. Okay, so that is extremely cool. Well done, folks. I appreciate that. All right. Where am I now? Okay. So the NFK. You're like, Zane, we love the stories about the NFK. I need to go over the dynamic of, the NFK wakes up, the NFK sits in his chair, and then the NFK turns on the TV. The NFK gets up a few times to heat up, some steakums or a Hungry Man or the Mugu Guy pan, or maybe the Everything Bagel, which yesterday he did, and everything on the Everything Bagel was on the countertop, which I, of course, cleaned. I'm not bitching. I'm just saying that's what happened. That's going to cost you, NFK. That's at least $1 right there. But then it's the idea of sitting in the chair for the day's events of the 14-hour television viewing. Maybe a little more than that, actually. That TV is going to burn out, by the way. He's going to go through it. It's like we're going to go through like 3 or 4 TVs per year. By the way, he bought the TV. And thank God that he did that. I rarely watch it. I rarely watch TV as it is, which is hard to believe, I know. Most of anything I ever get is on my phone. But the NFK, he consumes TV like you wouldn't believe. He knows everything going on in the world. And he's an expert at Game Show Network TV shows. And it's a good thing that TV was purchased, because the TVs nowadays, compared to the TV that was there, burn a hell of a lot less energy. My energy bill went up like $100 a month when that old TV was an old plasma, which weighed a ton, which I still have, by the way. I'd like to gift it to somebody. Does anybody need a TV? This is a huge plasma. It's 2004, maybe, but it's not a tube. It's a flat screen. It's bigger than what you're used to, what you'd see now, like a 4K TV. But does anybody need a TV that works fine? It gets hot. You put your hand near it, it's like, oh my God, you could fry an egg on this thing. Your energy bill will go up, but if anybody needs a TV, it works great. It is not a smart TV, but So that's probably why I can't sell it, but I need to get rid of the damn thing. If anybody wants a TV, let me know. Just reach out, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you need a TV. So anyway, sits there, and he's got TV tray, and he's got the essentials. He's got the ice water. He's got the iced coffee. And the other key is the chewing tobacco. And so, he goes through a lot of it. And this all goes back to a second story that I'm going to tangent off here. The NFK burns the maximum amount of calories that a human being can burn from sitting still. And I actually think that number is about 2,000 to 2,400 a day. Like if you sit still and don't do anything, and then you add that to the time that you're sleeping, you're going to burn about 100 calories an hour on average. Okay? So that means the NFK burns 2,400 calories at maximum a day, because the only energy that he's expelling is the time, and I'm not bullshitting you, is the time it takes to get up the stairs, down the stairs once or twice, to the fridge, to the toilet, fire off the Hams beer shit howitzer, get back to the chair, turn the channel to Game Show Network. That's it. Okay? And then get a pinch of Grizzly, put it between the cheek and gum. So eats a lot of shitty food, zero exercise, ton of chewing tobacco consumed per day, yet 45 points lower in bad cholesterol than your old pal Ericzane. Now, that is absolutely not fair. That is complete bullshit. I was so pissed off when the doc called and he gave me permission to hear the doctor's report. Is this Eric? Yes, this is Dr. So-and-so. How are you? I'm fine. Hey, we have your brother-in-law's blood work in. And I'm thinking, oh, God, this is the big one. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to say, yeah, his blood pressure his triglycerides are through the roof. His LDL is 8,000, and he'll be dead in like an hour. And they go, yeah, his LDL's 101, and we like it under 100. So you might want to encourage him to eat his fruits and veggies and take a walk and just get a little bit of exercise to get it down below 100. And I'm like, he's at 101? What the fuck? What the fuck are you telling me? I wanted to kill him. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going to strangle him myself. What? I'm at 145. I told his sister, the Queen of the Forest, that, and she goes, what? Are you kidding me? And I go, yeah, I know. So, I don't know. I guess I'm doing it all wrong, I have tried to cut out red meat. I don't even eat red meat. I every single morning I have the Quaker Oats raw, not the processed kind. They just rip it right off the thing and throw it in the bowl. And they said, yeah, you eat Quaker Oats every day, you're going to drop your LDL 10 points. Mine goes up. So it's just a matter of time till I have to be medicated to fix that. So he sits in that damn chair, and here's the problem. Those damn fingers, he can't feel shit. And I don't know what it is. Maybe just in a bad habit. He takes the Grizzly, he puts it between his cheek and gum all day long, during 14 hours of TV, looking over my shoulder to make sure he's not looking at me. And you know what he does? Because he's got a little bit of tobacco on his fingers. You know what he does? Does he wipe it on a napkin? Does he put it back in the tin? No, you know what he does? He goes like this, and it goes everywhere. It goes all over the chair. So if you were to walk into the room, and on the floor is all these the dogs are addicted to Grizzly now because they go around and they lick it up. So the dogs are all going to get cancer of the stomach because the NFK is throwing Grizzly on the ground. It's all over the fucking place. It's so bad that at some point I have to go in there. And again, this all comes out when we go grocery shopping. He pays for this. Hey, Kevin, hey, let's go grocery shopping. Oh, okay, man. Shit, fuck, shit. Yeah, man. I'll give the middle finger some Chinese food. Hey, yeah, let's, and then we load up the grocery cart, and then he's like, hey, man, I'll pay for it, shit, fuck. And he pays, oh, you're damn right you're paying for it, motherfucker. So, yeah, at some point this weekend, I have to say, hey, Kevin, why don't you go sit in that chair for a little bit? I gotta do a little work over here, a little elbow grease. And I gotta move all this shit out of there, clean it all up, scrub the floors, snot on the floor. It's just a catastrophe. Holy shit. And he just sits there and like waits for me like I'm doing something wrong. Like he's annoyed with me. Holy shit. My God. Oh, drives me crazy. Patriot Nick says that's how it works. Folks who cannot lose weight no matter what envy skinny fuckers who can eat 10 times the amount normal folks can and never gain a pound. Damn it. Jason says the dogs fight when they're jonesing. All right. Let's see what the hell's going on there. We have a sump in our basement and it went out once. Had to have a new one installed, which was a good time for one with a backup. I have a Sony 52-inch flat screen that needs a sound module fixed, and it'd be awesome. May not be worth the price to fix nowadays. Yeah, you're right. I want to see NFK hovering millimeters from you, handing you tools while you're fiddling with your sump. Maybe. I don't know, though. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay. I think the Queen of the Forest just got home from the big doctor's appointment. So I know she's going to be like, what are you doing? What's going on? Okay. So I am off to the store. I am going to buy the new sump pump. I'm going to see how I do. I appreciate you. I know it's short, but all right. The plan is tonight. 7 p.m. start for the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.